Hey there guys, Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back with another episode for you guys. And so welcome you to 2024. It's a new year. Lots of stuff going on with YouTube and all that good stuff. But I thought today I would start it off with just the new pickups. These are some pickups I made during the last year. Just off and on. I never did put them in any other videos. These are just pretty random. They're all different. A lot of good stuff that I picked up, and I thought I would show you guys some of that stuff. So let's get right to it. Say, when did I pick this up? I don't know if I picked this up during a Criterion Barnes & Noble sale or not. Or I believe I got it off Amazon. But this is a Criterion Blu-ray release from Jim Jarmusch, some people may say. This is Ghost Dog, or The Way of the Samurai. I'm pretty sure I haven't covered this yet. This is a really nice release. Great movie. I think it's from 2004. I would just say the first time I saw this, it's like I liked it, but it went over my head, and I thought maybe there was, there's got to be more to it. So man, really, it's almost been like 20 years since I saw it. So I checked it out last year, 19 years later, and just loved it. I mean, I believe I've seen it before then on TV or something, but great movie. Forrest Whitaker's great in this. It's kind of like a samurai tale. It's kind of like a parable. He's kind of like this guy in the inner city. He's an assassin, and he pretty much lives by the way of the samurai. Different philosophies and stuff throughout the movie. It's really, really good. Highly recommend it. And this is a great release from Criterion. It's got a pretty good sized booklet, and it also comes with the this little mini booklet, the Book of the Samurai, the Haguri, which is something he reads throughout the movie, and some of these gosh, what would you say, the readings in here would show up on screen and different stuff. So it's just really cool. It's kind of a departure in a way for Jim Jarmusch in a way, but yeah, really good. Highly recommend that one, guys. Next up, I got another one by Jim Jarmusch. I picked this up around the same time because it was like, this is kind of a Western. Well, it is a Western, but it's got its foot really in the 90s, and it's got a who's who of people from the 90s. Jim Jarmusch usually uses people like Iggy Pop and members of the Wu-Tang Clan. Different people have popped up in his movies over the years, especially in movies like Smoke, and then Coffee and Cigarettes, which I really recommend that one. It's a really good one. But this is one that I kind of watched back in the 90s, and I think, again, it just went over my head. Maybe I just, sometimes you watch a movie and you don't really pay it. You watch it, but you don't pay attention to it, if you know what I mean. And this is Dead Man. This is from 96, 95. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Neil Young did the soundtrack to it. So all through the movie here, either a song or instrumental and stuff like that. I remember this time period. This is the height of grunge. I think Pearl Jam did an album with Neil Young around this time. He was like an old fogey, but he was cool all of a sudden. He fit in with the flannels and stuff. But anyways, back to the movie. It's got Johnny Depp in it. Robert Mitchum. I think this is Robert Mitchum's last movie he's in. It's got kind of a smallish part. But yeah, it's got a who's who of people in it. It's really cool. I mean, it's filmed in black and white. The photography is by Robbie Mueller, who did a lot of music videos and stuff around that time. But yeah, it's basically kind of like a fish out of water story. I mean, Johnny Depp is an accountant who goes back to the Old West, and he experiences all this stuff. And yeah, it was really cool. So Dead Man, yeah, check it out. It's very eclectic, very different. all that good stuff. Stuff you expect from Jim Jarmusch. And I need to rewatch it again. It's just one of those movies you just need to keep kind of watching. You know, it's just every time you watch it, it gives you something else, I guess. Next up, this is also a movie that I missed it somehow back in the day, and I believe this came out around the same time. Yeah, this came out in '96. I don't remember if it was a big box office hit or anything like that, but I remember, I just remember the trailers a lot. You would see the trailer a lot on TV and stuff, and I kind of missed it. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those movies that just doesn't play, you know, repeat on channels and stuff like that. But anyways, it stars Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas, The Ghost in the Darkness. Now, I got this off Amazon for, I believe it was only $4.99. It's the DVD. It was brand new. And I don't believe it's on Blu-ray. I don't believe. And but I went with this. I mean, $5 was $5, and I really liked it. It was pretty cool. I mean, I definitely need to see it on a Blu-ray, so it kind of bring out that sound, because it's got a great soundtrack of sounds and music, and just the sound recording is just really nice on this movie. It's action-packed. It's got a lot of thrills and suspense and stuff in it. It's really good. So, The Ghost in the Darkness. Now, next up, this is a movie I actually got my wife for her birthday. Now, this was a movie she would talk about a lot. She was like, "Yeah, it's my favorite movie. It's my favorite movie." And I'm like, "Okay, it's your favorite movie, you know?" And so we finally sat down and watched it. I got it for her for her birthday. And she was really surprised, and, you know, great thing. But we watched it, and really good. Now, this is another movie going back to the 90s. But this one's more like 98, 97, 99, somewhere in there. I'm probably wrong. But this is one of the Miramax DVDs. So it they're famous for like not telling you how much, when it was made or anything, because it was kind of Disney owned Miramax, and was it Miramax and like Hollywood Films and stuff. But anyways, the movie I'm talking about stars Parker Posey, who was a big actress around that time. She was kind of the who's who, or they were kind of building her up as the next starlet in Hollywood or something. And I don't think she got there, but she did a lot of really interesting movies, like Suburbia, the Richard Linklater movie he made in '98, which was which even that's a real sleeper too. That's a movie I need to talk about in the future. But anyways, this is House of Yes, and you may have heard of it, may have not. I didn't hear of it. I've never heard of it. I mean, to be honest, and she was telling me about it being her favorite film and stuff, and I was like, okay. But I watched it and really liked it. It's kind of a throwback to some of the Hammer movies that I saw, believe it or not, back in October. Some of the there's a family, and there's a secret, and the son of the home brings home a new bride-to-be, and, the bride-to-be gets to meet the family, and and starts staying the weekend or something. And during the weekend, the skeletons all come out of the closet, and it's a big surprise, and really cool, very, very suspenseful. You kind of don't know if it's going to go the way you think it's going to go, and really liked it, actually. So really good recommendation on this. I mean, it's a dark comedy at its roots, so it's a lot of fun. So there you go, The House of Yes. Next up, this was a Blu-ray I got from Carlos in a trade package way back. And I don't know if I talked about this or not. I'm not really sure if I'm shown this. Now, Disney, it's rumored now that Disney is going to put out this movie in 4K finally, because I don't believe it ever came out on Blu-ray except for this gray market one that I'm about to show you. But True Lies is about to come out on 4K, and The Abyss on 4K finally. So maybe we'll check back in a year and see if they actually came out or not. But anyways, this is the Spanish gray market Blu-ray of True Lies. And watched it the other night, and it looks great. I'm not sure where this high definition print came from. I mean, if it's a copy of something, but it's not copied off the laser disc or anything like that, because I have the laser disc of it and it looks way better. Plus it had the Fox, 20th Century Fox kind of opening and all the stuff. So I'm not really sure the backstory on this print of it, but it looks really good, and you can still get this. It's all region, and you can still find it even on Amazon. And so I'm not sure how illegal it is or how gray market it is if Amazon's selling it, but really good print. Really, what can I say about True Lies? A great classic. Jamie Lee Curtis, Arnie's in that. Anything. So anyways, here's another movie that I believe I saw it back in the day. We're going back to the 90s. Well, True Lies was the 90s too. So we're living in the 90s right now, guys. But this is a movie, I don't believe I watched it back in the day. And I don't know if I seen it on TV or anything, but this came up. I don't know how this came up. Me and my wife were talking or something, and we were just like, okay. So I ordered this also off Amazon at some point for like $5, $6. Jim Carrey in The Truman Show. Now this is on Bluray, I believe, Imprint or somebody like that put it out recently. But a very good movie, directed by Peter Weir, big Hollywood movie. And, Jim Carrey, just remarkable in this movie. I mean, he was on a roll at this point. I mean, he was doing modern classic after modern classic. 1998. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I missed this one back then. But a really good movie. It's got Ed O'Neill is in this. Oh, no, who am I? Ed O'Neill, that's Al Bundy. What am I talking about? I mean, Ed Harris. Yes, Ed Harris, sorry. Laura Lindley, Noah Emmerich, a bunch of people that will go on to be, pretty big actors and stuff. Some newer people there, but really, really good movie. This is great. Highly recommend this. It's about Jim Carrey. He's never known anything else. He kind of lives in this bubble that's televised 24 hours a day. He starts catching on to stuff, and it's really cool. It's just a really cool movie, though. The Truman Show. Next up, this was an upgrade to my black exploitation films and everything. I didn't want to wait till like later on in the year, and I usually do specials and stuff like that, but I haven't really picked up a lot of 70s, black exploitation type movies. I picked this one up. This is really cool. This is released from Fabulous Video / Fremantle Media. This is a UK release on DVD. This is a hard to find movie, and this is a really good print. I recommend this one though, but this is Jim Brown and Martin Landau in Black Gun. Really good, guys. I think even Quentin Tarantino talks about this movie a little bit in his book that came out. Was it last year or the end of the previous year? But he talks about this one and stuff, and it's really good. I like this one. You can't go wrong with Jim Brown. I mean, he was the man. Next up, I got a trilogy of old Toho, like Godzilla movies and stuff, and I'm still watching a couple of them. I watched this one, but some of you Godzilla fans out there might recognize this series. This is from what is this label? Classic Media, SMV or something. But anyways, this is Rodan. This is the DVD. This goes back to probably the early 2000s. And there was a whole series of these with this kind of artwork and this kind of color setup there. But yeah, Rodan. I mean, gosh, these Godzilla movies from the 60s and 70s and even the first ones in the 50s and stuff. These are just great entertainment. Grew up with them on Saturday afternoons with my dad, watching them on TV. It was either James Bond was on or Godzilla movies or something was always on, and we watched that stuff. So, but got a lot of good memories of this. But yeah, Rodan, the flying monster, prehistoric, really good. What can I say? Check it out, Rodan. Which it's available on multiple releases over the year. It's come out multiple times, so just find one. This is a Region 2 Eureka Masters of Cinema release. Now this is a silent movie that goes back to, I think, 1924, directed by Paul Lenny. He was one of the great German expressionist directors and stuff, and he tragically died, I believe, in the late 20s or very early 30s. I think he had come to Hollywood and started making some stuff, and he tragically died. Like, he had like some kind of weird like stomach ailment, something that we could take something over the counter now and it'd be fine, and he was hospitalized and he actually died from it. It was something very, very weird, very common, not dangerous. Now I forgot what it was. Anyways, but this is a movie he made in Germany back then. This is called Waxworks, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of a tale of like three like villains in history. Like, this guy comes into this wax museum, and he's kind of looking at the people, and it kind of flashbacks to that person's real time period and shows them, being cruel or evil, or a little bit of their story or something like that. So they kind of cover, what is it, like Jack the Ripper, like I forgot, it's like an Arab king of some sort, like, gosh, I can't think of the other one. But see, they show 4 people, but I think there's only 3 stories. I think one of the stories were cut or something like that. I'm not really sure exactly what it was, but as with all Eureka Masters of Cinema releases, it's really nice. It's got some nice stuff on it, nice artwork. It's got a booklet, and it's got a few extras on this one. Very interesting stuff. So if you're into silent stuff, or even horror movies, this was an influence on early 30s horror for sure. The Frankensteins and the Mystery of the Wax Museum. Some of those movies, a big influence on that. So it's really cool. Next up, this past year, there was a 4K edition of this movie that came out and everything, and I kind of skipped on it and I kept this one, but that version that came out has like 3 different cuts of the film, and it's really interesting. I mean, eventually I'll try to find it. Maybe I would love to find it and get it, but anyways, I got this older Blu-ray of it. It's not real old, maybe less than 10 years old probably, but this says this is the final cut, so there's like 3 cuts and stuff. So this is the Wicker Man, the original, from 1973. So yeah, it turned 50 years old last year. So yeah, the Wicker Man, really good movie. It's got Christopher Lee and Edward Woodward. I know him best as the Equalizer when I was a kid, the TV show The Equalizer, where later on it was made into a movie with Denzel Washington. But anyways, really good movie. Every time I think of this movie, I think about the movie from the A24 studios that came out not too long ago. What is it? Oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue. What is it? Midsommar. Yeah, really. I don't know. They're both cousins. They're related somehow. It's their weirdness. But anyways, there you go. The Wicker Man. And this was a first time watch here, and I had heard about this movie for a long time. Jonathan Demme actually directed this movie. It came out in, I believe, 1980. I believe it was 1980. It stars Jason Robards and Paul Le Mat. Now, you may not think of Paul Le Mat, but I know his face. He was in so many things when I was a kid. I'd see him on TV and see him all kinds of different stuff. He just kind of disappeared. I don't know whatever happened to him, but he's you see him and you recognize him and everything. It's also got a great role by Mary Steenburgen, and she's in this. This is a movie called Melvin and Howard, and it's really cool. Jason Robart actually plays. He plays Howard Hughes. You know, the oil tycoon, movie producer, aircraft designer, bra maker. You know, and everything, and. It's kind of based on a true story where a guy picks up a guy on the side of the road who's this old man. He's half dead. Doesn't want to go to the hospital. He kind of fixes him up a little bit. But they take this journey to Las Vegas together, and then the thing is, he dies a couple months later, maybe a year later. But he leaves all his money to this guy, and then there's the craziness of trying to prove that, you know, he didn't make this up. He didn't make this story up and all this stuff. So it's rumored to be a real story that happened, and I'm not sure how true it is. But anyways, Melvin and Howard, I believe it may be on Blu-ray, but this is the old Universal DVD. Now next up, I picked up a few movies by Al Pacino this year. Friend Jeff 101 Bronson on his channel. He did a lot of great Al Pacino stuff last year, and he's continuing this year. But I happened to pick up some stuff. He kind of got me going. I need to pick up some Al Pacino stuff. So, anyways, I wanted to. I had this already, but I wanted to rewatch it. And I still have the old DVD of it, but Dick Tracy. This was a movie. I actually went to the movies and saw this as a kid back in 1990. And Al Pacino's over the top in this movie. It's really cool. I don't believe it did very well. This was just the next summer after 1989's Batman, which was a big summer blockbuster. And they were touting this to be the big 1990 summer blockbuster, and it ended up not being that. I think the big hit in 1990 was Dances with Wolves, to be honest, and I went and saw that one too. But anyways, really, really cool, very colorful, great just photography, just a great production design, really, really nice. Vittorio Storaro, the great Italian cinematographer who, worked with Dario Argento a lot and people. So really, really interesting. Picked up some other stuff. I never had this movie on anything, and I probably have shown this. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of show it again. But I picked up Serpico. Great cop movie from, I think, 1972. And finally, guys, this was a double feature of Al Pacino movies that I picked up. I think I may have shown this. I can't remember. But anyways, it's good to show them again. They're great movies. I recommend them. This is a double pack of Scent of a Woman and Sea of Love. And I could have swore I had Scent of a Woman on DVD, and I don't know what happened to it. So it was good to purchase this. It was a good buy, everything. So there you go, guys. There's some random pickups that I got, towards the latter part of last year and everything. So I wanted to show those to you and everything. And there you go. So don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. Leave some feedback. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think. And don't forget to check out my channel and subscribe and all that good stuff. So I will see you guys next time. Take it easy and watch good movies.